Hey everyone, Dave here with a video entry for AlexBigBlue's 450 subscriber contest giveaway. Congrats Alex on getting past 450 subs. At the time of this recording he's actually at 461, so hopefully he'll be making 500 very soon. A link will be in the description box below for his channel, so if for some reason you haven't checked out his channel yet, definitely check it out. Alright, so for the first part of this, he wanted us to talk about a comic character that we feel is underappreciated, undervalued, underutilized. And I feel like all that can really apply to this character, mainly here in the States. And that character is going to be Judge Dredd. Now, Judge Dredd made his first appearance in the magazine 2000 AD, Prague number 2, back in March of 1977. And that is a magazine that's published over in England. There's also another Judge Dredd magazine out there called the Judge Dredd magazine. And the two of those together are the basically the main Judge Dredd canon. And there have been some Judge Dredd comic series here in the States, but they didn't last terribly long. And I think the last one was by IDW Publishing, and that one was about 2 years ago, I believe it ended. So I feel like he's underutilized over here. I think there should be more series here, or maybe they could make 2000 AD or the Judge Dredd magazine like more available here, because it's not really something that the comic shops carry. It's like a specialty item, and it's maybe I guess there's not much demand for it, but I feel like again he's underutilized, underappreciated. Like as far as I'm aware, it's me and one other person that get the 2000 AD Progs at the comic shop. And I never see anybody on YouTube here like talking about it or having those as part of their pull list. So I feel like he's not as popular as he should be. The character is great. There's a lot of great writing, great artwork. All right, the character's got this, an iconic look. I mean, that helmet, the shoulder pads. I mean, that's just Dredd. I think the problem is that, the 1995 movie with Sly Stallone kind of, I think, killed the character for the United States because it was such a bad movie. But that's a discussion for another video. Anyway, basically, in the Judge Dredd world, the planet's been ravaged by a nuclear war, and there's various large cities that are scattered around the globe, and they're called megacities. There's walled-in cities, and the streets are patrolled by street judges, and Judge Dredd is like the top street judge in Megacity 1. And basically what the street judges are, they are the police of that megacity, and they're more, obviously they're militaristic and authoritarian. And he has the power, the authority to be judge, jury, and if necessary, executioner of any criminals that he encounters. So again, like I said, he's got a great character design. He's got a badass ride, called the Lawmaster. His big badass motorcycle. He's not a super powered character, so he's not like, he doesn't have like invulnerability or superhuman strength and speed or flight or anything like that. He's got his Lawmaster, his wits, his training, and his handgun called the Lawgiver, which has like a voice activation feature where he can tell it what kind of ammo he wants. So like if he needs something to blow something up, he can say high axe, and that will load up the high explosive rounds, and he can fire that to blow something up. One of the unique features of the Judge Dredd stories is that time passes concurrently with reality. So in the real world, when 1 year passes, 1 year passes in the Judge Dredd world, and everybody ages appropriately and such. And they do explain away, like, I mean, he's an elderly guy now, technically by his age, but they do explain away how he's able to still be a judge by saying he underwent a rejuvenation process, so he's able to continue on in his duties. And they got a lot of great characters. I mean, Judge Dredd himself, he's a great character. And he's got some cool allies like Judge Anderson. It's another street judge, but she's part of the Psi division, which is the psychics. And it's populated also, that world by some pretty crazy villains and mutants and stuff that he has to tangle with. One of my favorite Judge Dredd villains is Judge Death. Now, to me, Judge Death, the relationship between Dredd and Death is equal to the relationship between Batman and the Joker. Those just extreme opposites of each other, just like Batman and the Joker, just the extreme opposites of one another. And I mentioned before that there have been some various comic series here, but not very successful from what I believe, what I can gather. But he's also had a lot of crossovers too. I mean, crossover with Aliens, Judge Dredd, versus Aliens. Excuse me. And he's had a few crossovers with Batman also, which is some pretty cool storylines right there. Now, the other part of this video, he wanted us to talk about a comic book storyline that, that I feel like you guys would be interested in. And I'm going to stick with Dredd with this. So the comic book storyline that I'm going with here is Judge Dredd Origins. It was written by John Wagner with art by Carlos Esquera. And those are the two guys who actually created Judge Dredd way back in the day, back in 1977. Now, this series was one of the longest storylines to be published by 2000 AD. And it ran from September of 2006 until May of 2007. Now, the cover here for Origins is illustrated by Brian Boland. And basically in this, the judges get a package, and in the package has some DNA in it. And this causes Dredd to have to go and lead a team of judges into the Cursed Earth. And the Cursed Earth basically is the area outside of the megacities, the irradiated wastelands that are outside of the megacities. So he has to lead the judges out there to retrieve the body of a legendary judge, Chief Judge Fargo. And also, as you can tell by the title of this storyline, you get a lot of flashbacks and information regarding the origins of the judges and how they came to be, how that system came to be in that world, as well as origin tales for Judge Dredd himself. So this was a really good story, and it's got some great writing and some very cool artwork, and again, a lot of cool information. I love that whole idea of getting to know why the judges came to be, how and why, and also Judge Dredd and his origin, his background story. I love that. I like that. It's very interesting. It's an action-packed and well-written and well-illustrated storyline. So I definitely feel like you guys would like it. So definitely, try and check it out. All right, so that's my entry for the contest. I hope everybody's doing well. And until next time, be safe and be well, and I'll catch you later.
Yeah, I'm just